Sunday Aguda, Brindra Giri, and Hayleen Reyes were killed yesterday morning.
19-year-old Hassan Mitchell, Wilfredo Villegas, and Acharya Purna were hurt. They are expected to survive their injuries.
We're also learning that the shooter was diagnosed with a mental illness.
WMER 2 News' Jeff Hager joins us now from Aberdeen with what was released today. Jeff?
Well, Jamie, police now know more about the mass shooter and how she timed her attack to do the most damage, waiting for her coworkers to collect for their morning break. He arrived at the Rite Aid distribution center to do some maintenance work on Thursday morning when the clouds opened up, and Greg Langdon says he sought shelter in a coworker's truck from the pouring rain. Moments later, 26-year-old Snochia Moseley would open fire on her fellow employees a short distance away.
I heard the first set of shots, and then I got out of the truck because we were right up front, and I started heading down. As I got outside of the truck, I heard another set of shots, and I was already dialing 911.
Harford County Sheriff Gahler says Moseley had arrived at work at 6:30, but left almost an hour later and then returned, shooting the first victim outside the building before going back in, where she would target others.
She was moving pretty quickly, so not taking a lot of time to aim. A total of 13 rounds that we know of were fired, and with that we have 7 people, 6 victims and herself who those bullets touched. So you don't have to be highly accurate when you're in close quarters.
Moseley had been hired as a temporary seasonal employee just 2 weeks earlier, and it appears she had caused a minor incident cutting in line to clock in for work at the start of the day. Investigators stopped short of calling that a motive, but a search of her home and interviews with her family and friends suggest she may not have been thinking clearly.
While no evidence directly related to the shooting was recovered, evidence that the shooter was suffering with a mental illness was identified. Friends and family members relate to detectives that over the last 2 weeks she had become increasingly agitated and that they were concerned for her well-being.
In addition to the 9mm handgun, police also found pepper spray and a pair of handcuffs on Moseley's body after she turned the gun on herself. Her final victim after killing 3 co-workers and wounding 3 others, while dozens of others ducked for cover.
And thank the Lord, it hadn't been for the rain, my buddy and I would have been right inside the door where she came in. We'd been right there signing in, so Lord watching over us.
Police say Moseley had borrowed a friend's car to get to work yesterday, and they now have that car. They're waiting on a search warrant in hopes of finding a note or her cell phone inside. Reporting live in Harford County, Jeff Hager, WMAR 2 News.